Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's video. If you're new, thank you so much for tuning in. You are very welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for joining me in this week's video. Today I'm going to be doing a ranking of my Initio fragrances. So far I've got 8 here that I am going to be ranking between 8 and 1. So I've got 5 bottles and I've got 3 samples. And I'm just going to rate them and rank them and tell you the reasons why as I go. If you really like this video, feel free to click like, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button. So if you'd like to know more about this video, stay tuned and keep watching. So as I mentioned, this is just a ranking sort of review. I wouldn't go into too much detail into every fragrance. I think some of these fragrances I have already done a detailed review on, even though maybe not every single one, but I'm just going to be rating them as I go. So if you are familiar with this house, you know that they do sort of like the Carnal blend, the magnetic blend, they do the absolutes. So the absolutes are sort of like the black and red, which include ones like Blessed Baraka, Absolute Aphrodisiac, and the Carnal blends are the purple. So we've got ones like Atomic Rose, Psychedelic Love, Side Effect. Magnetic blends are ones like the magnetic blend number 1, I think number 7, I can't remember the other numbers that they do. And then obviously there's one in the Black Gold project, which is called Oud for Greatness. So I'm just going to talk about these and sort of rate them as I go. So my very number 8 is one called Magnetic Blend number 7. So this one here, I have only got a sample, so I decided not to take this further because I just didn't see the point in investing in a full bottle for this. So Magnetic Blend number 7 is actually very nice. It's very light, it's very sensual, it's quite elegant, so I do quite like this. It's just, I think the performance of it that just made me think that I don't think I will be investing in a full bottle for this one. So the sample just kind of comes in this little box over here, and this is just a 2 ml, which I do like, but like I said, the performance made me decide not to take this any further and invest in a bottle. Yeah, it is light, it is sensual. I think this works best on its own if you just want something very light, and you can also layer it as well with some of the other perfumes from this house. So I think that is Magnetic Blend number 7, and I think that is why I'm rating it as number 8 for me. My number 7 is one called Mystic Experience. Again, I did not take this further in a bottle, but Mystic Experience is sort of like spicy oriental. It is, I mean, first spray, it is beautiful. It is quite spicy straight away as you smell it. Just spray that on my wrist very quick. This is very pleasant at first sniff, and I actually do enjoy this. I am considering getting this in a bottle. I do very much like it. You probably wonder why I've rated it number 7 then. I think it's just mainly because it's been quite difficult to actually rank these and choose which one is my best one and which one is maybe not performing so well for me. I think the reason I'm rating this as number 7 is because it's not one that I would pick up and go to. So, you know, out of all this range, I know which ones I reach for every time, and I know which ones I don't particularly reach for or don't even remember, and I think this is one of them. But that's not to say that I don't love it. I think that maybe in time that might change, but it is a very beautiful fragrance. It's classy, it's elegant, and the amber and coffee in this is actually very beautiful. So that is a Mystic Experience. So my number 6 is one called Absolute Aphrodisiac. I know that some people go crazy for this, and if you own this and maybe this is your best, or maybe you really enjoy this, I mean, that's absolutely fine. But for me, Absolute Aphrodisiac just does not, it just doesn't do it for me. I mean, the initial spray is so strong, and I just cannot get myself to love this, and I've given it so many tries Now, the sample that I got is nearly gone because I've sprayed it just to see how this will perform, and maybe I'll just grow to like it. But it's just too, there's something about it. It's too strong. The vanilla that hits you straight away is way too much, and I just cannot, yeah, I can't bring myself to smell like this all day long. So I think Absolute Aphrodisiac is one of the carnal blends that's supposed to stimulate the pleasure part of the brain, and for some people this might do just that, and this might be absolutely fine. But for me, Absolute Aphrodisiac is a number 6. It's a personal preference, you know, perfumes. Once you read reviews, you know, some people absolutely love it, and for some people it's just not working. And for me, Absolute Aphrodisiac is one of those. So that's what I'm rating this number 6. My number 5 would have to be Rehab, and Rehab is the one that comes in the white bottle. That is this one here. I don't think I've done an independent review for this on its own. Maybe I will in the future, but I just haven't got around to it. So apologies for that. So this is Rehab, and I'm rating this number 5. So you all know all the fragrances from the Initio house are all unisex. This is the first one from one called the Hedonist collection. So Rehab is the only fragrance that comes in a white bottle. So I love this because of the bergamot and lavender head notes, and I really enjoy this, although this is not one that I reach for every day. If I'm just nipping out or just going to the shops and I just wanted something to spray quickly, this is not one that I reach for. It is lovely and I do enjoy it, hence the reason I bought the full bottle. But yeah, this is number 5 for me. It's just been super hard to actually rank these and actually choose the best and the worst. Maybe not so much the worst, but maybe the one that I least enjoy. So Rehab is number 5. This is beautiful, beautiful fragrance. You can wear it any time of the day. You can wear it to an office. It's that subtle. It is also got its presence to it as well. So it's not so subtle that people can't smell it on you, but it's also not as strong that you overpower everybody else around you. It's very, very, very pleasant. So that is Rehab, and this is number 5. My number 4 is one called Blessed Baraka, and that is this one here. Blessed Baraka is part of the Absolute, so this is the black and red collection, if you can see that there. So that's got that sort of red logo there. So Blessed Baraka to me is just pure power, pure addiction. This would best suit a man, but I really, really enjoy this as a woman. It's just so amazing. The very first time I smelled this, I actually bought a decant of it, and honestly, I thought to myself, I am going to buy myself a bottle because it was just that addictive straight away. There's something about it that's powerful, it just commands presence, and I love that about Blessed Baraka. It's classy, and the amber in this is so, so addictive. It's elegant, and I know I said this leans more towards the masculine side, but that's not to say women can't wear it. Like I said, this is one of my favorites from this house. Yeah, so that is Blessed Baraka, and that is number 4. I really, really love this because every time I wear it, it kind of sends me to a completely different place, and it just does something amazing. And I think I'm rating it number 4 because of the sort of staying power. I think after a few hours it does tend to just kind of dry down. You might just need to respray on this one. So yeah, that's Blessed Baraka, and that is number 4. So my number 3, this has been so difficult because I just cannot, it's been so difficult to rate. So my number 3, I'd go for it, is Oud for Greatness, which is part of the Black Gold project. So I have got an independent review on this one. So if you like to know more, I'll put all the link for these videos down below. So Oud for Greatness is, if you already own this, or if you're familiar with this, or if you've tested it somehow, you would know that this is not for the faint-hearted. This is pure oud in the highest quality. Yeah, Oud for Greatness is just timeless. It's just one of those that you just And I know it's not for everybody. Not everybody enjoys this. People find it overpowering, people don't like it, people prefer ouds that contain maybe more sweetness to it, more of a vanilla oud. This is none of those. This is more woody, very strong, very sort of commanding, if you like. You will command presence with this one the moment you walk into a room. So Oud for Greatness for me, the reason I'm rating number 3 is, again, this is not one that is for everyday wear, and if you are going to wear it every day, you need to be very, very light-handed with this. 1 or 2 sprays you're fine, because this lasts all day long, and it is pretty special. It is the only one in the Black Gold project, so yeah, that is Oud for Greatness. So this is very rich. The top notes include lavender, saffron and nutmeg, and this is very, very concentrated oud oil. So that's Oud for Greatness, number 3. So number 2, my number 2 and my number 1 actually are from the Carnal blends, which is quite funny because, yeah, I just think the Carnal blends from the House of Initio are sort of the best ones, and I think are the most pleasant to people, to the general public as well, I would say, from the reviews that I've heard from people and their personal experiences. So number 2 for me is Psychedelic Love, and this is this one. It's part of the Carnal blends, purple bottle, and the gold sort of geometry there. So Psychedelic Love is, how do I describe this? Oh, it's just so sensual, so beautiful, so elegant, mix of such beautiful, beautiful notes. I think this is one that will drive you to addiction. It's just such an addictive smell. It's just so, so, so great. It's creamy, it's floral, it's also quite powdery, I find, but I really enjoy this. I don't usually enjoy powdery fragrances. This, however, I think the way that it's been blended and everything just kind of works well together. Psychedelic Love is definitely one of my faves, absolutely. Not just in my Initio collection, I'd say in all of the perfumes that I've tried. So this is my number 2. So then what is my number 1? Again, I did mention that my number 1 is also part of the Carnal blend. So my number 1 will be Side Effect. So this is part of the Carnal blend, and it looks exactly the same as Psychedelic Love. So the only way to tell the difference is from the lid. One says Psychedelic Love and one says Side Effect, and that is the only way to really tell. But the bottles look absolutely just identical. They are absolutely the same. So Side Effect is just the best thing from this house so far, that I've smelled anyway. You just cannot beat it. Side Effect is boozy, it's intoxicating, it's addictive, it's everything in one bottle. But the tobacco, the vanilla, the rum in this is what really does it for me, and those mixture is just so great. The moment you smell it, you know straight away this is a boozy fragrance. The vanilla works really well, unlike Absolute Aphrodisiac. For me, Absolute Aphrodisiac, the vanilla is way too much and I just cannot take it. The vanilla is prominent in this as well, but I think because it mixed so well with the tobacco and the rum, it's just so pleasant to the nose, and it's just so pleasant to anybody else who smells it on you as well. It's spellbinding, it's bold, it's beautiful, and that is why Side Effect is my very number 1 from this house. So let me know how you feel, let me know what your thoughts are. If you own any of these, leave all your comments down below on your experiences. If you would rate Side Effect as number 2 or number 3, for example, if this is in your top 1, let me know as well. Let me know how you would rate your Initio collections if you own any of this. If there's any particular ones that you enjoy, again, leave all your comments down below. If there's some that you don't particularly like, let me know as well. It will be good to get your comments and your thoughts. If you really like this video, feel free to click like, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button. Yes, so I will see you in my very next video. All the links to all the other videos that I've made for for reviews from this house, I will leave in the description box. Yes, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. I hope this has been helpful. Bye.